Greetings and welcome to Cold Waters. I'm Android of Team Android, and last time we did the first mission, and it wasn't particularly eventful. This time, however, I don't think we're going to have that problem. This time, we have to insert a SEAL team onto an oil rig that's been blockaded. This will be interesting. This oil rig is operating in the vicinity of Paracel Islands. I have no idea where those are. Let's start reading. First of all, we have to go to Guam, but I'll try and locate the islands on the way. So we gotta go to Guam to pick up the SEAL team. Where are those islands? Oh, there they are. Enemy tank marker there. Makes sense, I guess. The oil rig is in the vicinity, so I guess we're just gonna sail around it and just look for it. Probably gonna fail the mission before we even get there, knowing my luck. And the only way to get there is we have to go north around the Philippines, and then we're going to go south a bit through the South China Sea, where it actually says South China Sea, and insert from the south, rather than going through the patrols up here. Get caught up in those islands. Let's not do that so much. To slow down in case we run into any patrols. Oof, that was very close. Maybe we just have to run into the islands. Yes. Got it. Okay, so the zone is going to be marked on the map as a blue circle. That's where we'll have to insert the SEALs. If I remember correctly, we have to come up above 100 feet as well, or above 200, I can't remember. Alright, let's do this.
On our new contact bearing 307, designated Sierra 1.
Rig shift for ultra quiet.
Also, Sierra 2. Ooh, that looks a lot closer. Got a much better reading on it.
Con sonar new contact bearing 288, designated Sierra 3.
But we have no idea where anything is in actuality.
Con
Great.
sonar new contact bearing 313, designated Sierra 4.
Yeah, kind of makes sense there's a bunch of sonar contacts. This is a blockade, theoretically. Let's start on Sierra. He keeps fluctuating. Let's start on him. Actually, let's just see which one we have the best solution on. You. Sierra 3. We have actually very good depth of water at the moment, until we get closer, of course. Alright, let's start classifying. Oh. Seriously? No. Oh.
Con sonar Sierra 3 is classified as...
Okay. I guess they don't have that in the voice files yet. Let's do my own voice files at some point. That's besides the point. It's the oil rig. That makes a lot of sense. I forgot which one I had selected. I forgot it was that one. Alright, so that's definitely right there. That's very close. Come on. Trawler. Enemy or neutral?
Con sonar
Neutral.
Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
Stop doing that. Just want to select Sierra 1. This one is, well, it sounds very quiet, so it's probably very far away. Zhanghu, instead of the Zhangwei, okay.
Con sonar Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Perhaps Zhanghu? Yeah, we'll say Zhanghu. Ooh, another Luda.
Con sonar Sierra 4 is classified as escort.
Okay, so this is what we're seeing right now. That's it. That's the island. Here's the oil rig. We have to insert on this side of the oil rig for whatever reason. Neutral merchant vessel out here somewhere, in or outbound, we don't know. And enemy patrol. Ideally, that's all there is to this blockade. But regardless, we're a ways out. So we are going to... Actually, we're not that far out. From the oil rig, we are 16,000 yards. but we're not going to accomplish anything here, so we're just going to slowly move our way in with time acceleration. Until something interesting happens. Now, we are not going to come up to depth and use the periscope. We're not even going to bother. We don't plan on targeting these guys, we just plan on sneaking in and getting out. We'll definitely build up these sonar contacts enough just by getting closer to them. Alright, so we know where the trawler is, we know where the Luda is, exactly. Pretty much know where the Jianghu is. And if they continue on those courses, we might be able to do this pretty easily, actually. Except for that Luda. He needs to turn out more, just for a moment. And keep an eye on the depth of water here. Make sure it doesn't start coming up very quickly. We know that the depth of water is going to decrease, because we're going to get close to that island. So the ocean floor is going to get notably closer. But ideally not too much closer. We're staying decently far away. The Luda's turning in.
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
To see what the Luda does. We're just going to wait. Jianghu is also coming back. Definitely haven't seen me, though. They would have fired something. And also, I'm being about as quiet as one could possibly be, and we're not that close, all things considered. He's going to be about 13,000 yards away without even looking at him. So is the Jianghu, based on where the oil rig is and how far it is. The trawler is just passing by, it looks like. Ideally, this section of the oil rig isn't part of their search pattern. However, it might be. I'm going to start turning and prepare to move away and go real deep to avoid detection. Actually, we need to turn the other way. How fast are they going? 15 knots. Alright. Both going 15 knots. They haven't detected us yet. They haven't changed. Well, the Jianghu came back, but the Luda hasn't changed his course, it looks like. Pretty much. He just came around and came that way. The Jianghu's getting awfully close, but we can't just sit here. We have to move in. The Luda's coming closer. We're going no speed. Actually,
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
no we don't. If we wait longer... So here's the thing, let me do that. We could... Here's what I'm doing right now. I'm waiting for a break in their pattern. Where we can get in there, insert the seals, and get out. That requires a lot of time because we can't go very fast with them detecting us. And we can't get close to them without detecting us. The alternative plan is to just fire at them with torpedoes and try and sink them, and then insert the seals without any trouble. However, they had some form of presence on this island, I'm pretty sure is what the map was telling me. So they probably have an airstrip or at least a helipad. I don't really want to deal with that. Because airborne enemies can just stay on you forever, basically. They can just keep searching and searching and searching and searching. They're incredibly persistent. So unless we stay very hidden and something happens like last time where they don't really detect us, and the only air asset in the region is forced to just blind fire torpedoes where it thinks we are. That was fine, but if they have any idea where we are after we fire, at all, and they have air assets, we're dead. That's why I'm not immediately going for that option. I also don't know if they'll hear us firing torpedoes at this distance. 8.6 thousand yards from the Jianghu, he's moving away. When will they hear the torpedoes? That's the key question. You know what? I think the Jianghu might turn in back towards us, potentially. That's what worries me. He might come back around like this, around the island. He might do that, and the Luda may just go straight past the oil rig again, and that'd be perfect. But doubtful. Do they have any aircraft themselves? Plenty of missiles, but no aircraft. Luda also has an aircraft. Okay, so it was the Zhangwei who had a helicopter last time. That never actually ended up finding us. And they had a plane from somewhere. Okay. I'm going to go for this. We're going to open fire. Just in case, we're going to give it plenty of time to activate and find the target. Just in case we have to maneuver and lose the wire immediately. The Luda's turning.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir. Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
They did not immediately speed up. Still going in a straight line, still going 15 knots. They have no way of detecting us on sonar. Minus 24 active solution. Because of course, of all the noise they're making as surface ships constantly cavitating, it's a lot harder for them to hear things. Just in general. That's why they always use active search sonar. Because they're so noisy, so everything's going to detect them regardless. They can't be stealthy. And it's a lot harder for them to hear. So we're going to sit here. We could move. But theoretically, they find the torpedoes later. Any air assets, or if they decide to fire back, they fire at where they found the torpedo, and they assume that I launched it close to there. And we just kind of wait for them to die, and then slowly move into the oil rig. Insert the seals and get out with no problems. Let's see what happens. Up. Speeding up. Turning away. The Luda's turning in. The Luda doesn't appear to be speeding up yet, even. Jianghu is now turning in as well.
Fire control. Weapon acquired.
First torpedo is acquired at target. And probably have to manually guide in the second torpedo against the Luda. Alright, let's see how this goes. Second torpedo. Guide him in against where we think the Luda still is. There's too much noise to hear him at this point. Same with the Jianghu now. But torpedo is acquired.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 2, 3, 4.
No. We're going straight at him. Second torpedo is acquired, the Luda.
Noisemaker, bearing
There
2,
she is.
3, 3.
Which way is she going? This way.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
That's a hard turn. I think we're right behind them.
Con sonar, lost contact.
Yes!
1, last bearing 2, 3, 2. Contact breaking up.
Alright. Second torpedo's going in. Let's listen for a second. I don't hear any aircraft. I don't think they have an air presence here. Alright. The Luda is just there. Can't quite see it for some reason. There we are.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing
Nope.
258.
Can't pull that. He's turning in. That's smart. The torpedo is going to go around to the
fire
right,
control, weapon acquired.
and he turned left. Maybe not so smart. He could have gone inside it. Oh well. He's just kind of
Fire
zigzagging
control,
now.
weapon acquired.
He doesn't know what to do.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing
Nope.
259. Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 4, last bearing 260. Contact breaking up.
Beautiful. Appears I was wrong. And there's their search sonar. There is a plane up. They have an airfield on the island. However, I can't tell how good their search sonar can have us as far as detection. But I can tell you they haven't immediately gone towards us because I don't hear them. I think we are safe to move in, and it's a better idea to change position from the direction the torpedoes were fired from.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
So we're just going to move in, no other enemy surface ships detected,
Making turns for 5 knots.
try and avoid the plane, and make our way slowly to the mission area as to not be detected. So, I will rejoin you either in a few seconds after we are torpedoed by the plane, or in probably about 10 minutes when we make our way to the oil rig, because I'm being very cautious.
Con, torpedo room, no reloads available.
I just remembered that. We can't reload the torpedo tubes because we have the Spec Ops team on board. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but that is a function of the game, at least. So that's fun. We only have one decoy if we get discovered. Great. I heard that plane back for a second. We'll continue on our way. Ooh. New contact, you say? Let's come out of accelerated time and identify it so that we can build up the contact faster. Is that a submarine? Those four line up. I think that's another main-class submarine.
Con sonar, Sierra 5 is classified as submerged submarine.
Oh, this could get fun if they get close. We're gonna come down a bit because they appear to be lower down than us. Just so that,
Passing 200 feet.
if anything,
Passing 300 feet. Passing 400 feet.
we'll detect them before they detect us. We're about to detect them. Let's get the range. Ooh. They are close. Not close enough to detect us. If they went active, they'd have a slight idea that we were here. As long as they don't turn in, we should be fine. I don't want to engage again, considering we only have one torpedo and one decoy remaining. So let's just continue on our way and see what they do. Ooh. Air-dropped torpedo? Yeah, you can see where it hit. That's an airdrop torpedo. Okay. We are going to immediately turn away from that. And there it was. It came around. There's a second one. They really think we're right there. There's no way the Ming's reporting our position. No, the Ming doesn't know where we are. It can't know where we are. Alright. So we know that they're too far away to acquire us at this distance. So we're going to run at this angle so we don't get any closer than this and go around them. That's perfectly doable. No need to go massively around them when we know that they can't detect us at this distance or greater. Just stay at this distance or greater and we'll be fine.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 290. Contact faded.
One of those torpedoes ran out of fuel, or just whatever its designated lifetime is, and detonated. The second will detonate shortly because it was dropped shortly after. And there they go. No more danger. From them, at least. Here we are, having avoided detection entirely, approaching the insertion zone. Ah, there we are.
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Come to a stop above 100 feet to deploy, and they'll deploy automatically, if I recall correctly. So we will stop.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5, last bearing 151. Contact faded.
Passing 100 feet.
Team is away. Let's get out of here.
Passing 100 feet.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Let's not go back quite the way we came. Let's go back through the wrecks. It will be harder to detect
Passing
that way.
200 feet.
Oh. Apparently we're far enough away from everything and the aircraft has gone back to base, or is just so far away searching for us that it doesn't count as being nearby, as is the Ming. So, mission success.